Hey, the other day I was on my Tumblr account and I ended up getting a message from some anonymous person saying, I'll pray for you. And I tend to have a huge issue with that kind of commentary, mostly because, for starters, it was unsolicited. It's not like I'm saying, hey, please pray for me. I'm going through a rough time. No, that's not the case for this. I don't know what even spurred them doing this, but as somebody who is queer and somebody who's agnostic and studies philosophy, I huge issues there, especially because I never consented to that, for starters. So, to me, the universe is really expanse. We're just a small speck in this universe, and we're kind of insignificant to a certain degree. I don't think there is a God, and if there is a God, I really don't want anything to do with this God because at least specifically the Christian God, I'm not speaking for any of the other possible gods out there in regards to any religion, because I personally grew up Catholic, and I have major issues with organized religion as a result of that. I tend to find the Christian God to be very jealous and insecure, and I do not approve of the way that they behave. That being said, if you kind of look at Pascal's wager, I'm going to be putting that up over here. There are a few different options that you can kind of look at. It's kind of like a Punnett square to a certain degree. So if you do believe in God, and there is a God, then Pascal does say that, you'll be getting eternal joy. If you don't believe in God, and there is a God, then you'll have eternal suffering. But if there is no God, and no matter which way you believe, nothing's going to happen. So Pascal kind of implies that it's better to believe in a God just in case there is a God, and then you'll have eternal bliss instead of suffering. But I kind of, in a way, see that as a reason to not believe in God or not want to believe in God. Because let's say that you believe in God, and you go to church and you go out and you do things. You don't always behave morally, like, say, Mother Teresa, who I can actually provide links down below on why Mother Teresa was kind of problematic. I'm not going to go fully into detail on that for this one video. So I'll at least provide the links down below so you could see for yourself. But, like, if you aren't... Hold on, my cat's wanting to get into the room. If you decide that you believe in God and you go to heaven, even though you didn't behave morally, that doesn't exactly give things a good reflection on how God kind of views things. Other than that, I kind of feel like if you do believe in God, that kind of takes out a lot of altruistic meaning. I think the camera kind of messed up a little bit there. It kind of defeats a lot of the purpose on actually being moral, because if we go off of Kantian ethics, Kant actually says that all good things should be done for good reason, not for outside reasons of being good. So if your good behavior is purely because you fear eternal damnation, that's not a good reason to be good. You should be good for the sake of being good. So it kind of destroys altruism to a certain degree when you believe in God. That being said, on the flip side, if there is a God and you don't believe in God and you end up going to hell and deal with eternal suffering simply because you didn't believe in God, no matter how well behaved you were and how ethically you behaved, that kind of destroys a reason on why you should behave morally, doesn't it? Like, because if that means that people that are not good, like, say, pro-lifers who bomb Planned Parenthood, and they'll go to heaven, but somebody who, like myself, who tries to do good wherever I possibly can, doesn't go to heaven because, or doesn't have a reward of some sort for going and being good, then what's the point of being good? I mean, granted, I personally kind of feel like you should be good regardless, because in a way we kind of should be looking at the world in terms of, let's say we are all on a public transit kind of thing. Life is very transient. We are all going to die at some point. We don't know exactly when, but we are all kind of in this together, so we probably shouldn't be leaving a mess for the next person that's going to be getting onto that train to clean up. So that being said, I kind of feel as though Pascal's wager kind of paints God as a very jealous and spiteful being, caring more about being worshipped than whether or not somebody behaves morally, and I can't agree with that. I really can't. That being said, in terms of saying, I'll pray for you, unsolicited, it kind of implies that you find something about that one person to be immoral and wrong, whether or not there actually is, and it says a lot more about you than it actually does about the other person. If anything, you are just spiritually wanking off, hoping that you're going to get some brownie points for saying, I'll pray for you, even though it does absolutely jack shit. It does nothing. It doesn't help anybody out. If you actually wanted to help me, you could send me $50. I'll be happy with that. That's going to help me out a lot more than praying for me, because praying is going to do absolutely nothing, especially if there is no God. You're praying to a universe that really does not care about you or me, because when you die, life just keeps on going. It doesn't stop for anybody. The sun's gonna keep going up and down, and seasons are gonna keep on going, and you're just an insignificant speck in the universe. That's not to say that life is meaningless. Although depending on which philosopher you look at, they will be saying that it is meaningless. But it doesn't mean that we need to give up. It doesn't mean that we need to fall victim to nihilism. I would actually say maybe checking out Camus would be very helpful for that, in terms of the myth of Sisyphus. Yeah, myth of Sisyphus. That'd be very helpful in terms of seeing that life can be very helpful and worth living, even though it is meaningless and kind of pointless. But you just kind of have to make your own meaning in life. If you kind of look at other philosophers, they'll say that you just kind of need to make your own meaning, your own why, search for why you should keep on going on, what makes life meaningful for you. It's going to be different for everybody, honestly. Hopefully you can find some reason of why life is easier and better and nicer for everybody. I kind of want to go with a more utilitarianism idea of why to keep on going, to make life a little bit better for everybody else. And I'm hoping that these videos can somewhat help. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. I'd be happy to answer those questions. And I hope you have a great day. Stay safe, stay healthy, and honestly, don't send unsolicited messages being like, I'll pray for you, because that doesn't help anybody. Unless if somebody asks and says, please pray for me, you're not helping anybody. Physical actions are going to be more helpful in the long run. So, have a great day. Bye. Hey, so if you liked what you just saw and would like to see more, just like, share, and subscribe below. And I do love hearing feedback from people and would like to hear back from you on what you would like me to talk about next or any commentary that you have. And until next time, keep learning and have fun. Thanks.